now it's time that I introduce you to part 2 of my gown build using my mother's fabric. If you recall, in part 1 I introduced the project, built the bodice and the skirt, and I finally put it on the dress foam for the first time. And if you haven't seen that yet, you're welcome to go back and watch that part first. But keep in mind, the gown isn't complete yet. The overlay is the final piece, and in this episode it's going to transform the entire silhouette. This fabric is what inspired the entire design. It's lightweight, it flows beautifully, it's got that nice embroidery in it, and it's the reason I drafted the gown the way I did. The overlay is meant to add drama, softness, and a little bit of magic. Now when it comes to the overlay, it was actually quite simple to design. All I did was take the rectangular piece of fabric and pin the center of it to the back of the dress. And then I proceeded to add the pleats and the tucks where I saw fit. I put a bustle in the back, and I put some nice pleats in the front where it gathers to a bow. And the goal for this was to make the fabric cascade in soft waves around the hip line down to the floor, and to create that hourglass silhouette that we all love so much. Now my inspiration for this design was the fabric itself. When I saw the sparkly, glittery purple fabric, I thought of a wood nymph waking up in the forest, glistening with the morning dew, wrapping herself up in the leaves and the vines and the flowering plants of the forest to become a fairy queen. I'm going to put all the pins in place first, and then at the end I'm going to throw some stitches in. Alright, so we'll flip this around, back to the front. Once I had everything pinned in place, as I have done now, I started making my pleats. Now you might be wondering how I'm figuring out where to put the pleats. Well, I did exactly what I was doing here, and when I had all the pleats like this, exactly how I wanted it, I had extra fabric here, which I just simply cut right off. And that gave me a jagged piece that I could use to make a template for the other side. When I sew the pleats on there, I'm going to put these together. I'm going to overlap them about, let's see, what is it? Looks like I need to take it over 2 inches. It'll come together like so. I'm just going to throw in some quick basting stitches to hold these pleats in. Right up at the top of the fold. Keep it an even depth. Make it a based stitch on my pedal, which is way over there. Let's go. Probably far enough. Not exactly sure what far enough is, but we'll guess. But I have more pinning I gotta do, because as you can see, this is hanging down flat, and I don't want it hanging straight like this. I want it bunchier. I want it bustly. I want this fabric up, so that this hangs off to the side and drapes the way that I want it to. So I'm going to need pins. I'm trying to create some volume here. So I should pin it where I'm going to sew, which is near the bottom. I'm trying not to pin it onto the dress at this point. Okay, now I'm going to make the bow. And what I found by buying patterns over the years is that bows are seldom actually tied like you would normally tie a bow. Because when that happens, they can unravel, and then when you try to tie it up again, you can't get it to look as good as it did in the first place. The remedy to this is to make the bow in different pieces and assemble it so you have a perfect bow all the time. And this is what the bow looks like before it is folded and sewn. Typically, when you make a bow, you put this kind of net behind it. This netting is used as what you would call a stiffening. It's just not difficult to cut or anything like that. Chop it right out of there. Okay, then I'm going to fold for my pleats. And I try to just go straight at a right angle. I fold the other one back so it's over my last seam and in line with the bottom edge. This is going to be my pleat. Just straight through the folds. Then this corner here is going to be a little tiny dart. So straight across. And I'm going to do both sides the same way. Now I got all my pleats and darts in. But both sides look the same. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it right side together. I'm just going to sew from this end all the way almost to the very end. I want to leave a little bit of an opening at the other side. I don't remember if I trimmed my darts before or not. And this right side too. There you can see my seams on the inside. And some long basting stitches. Whichever threads are the loosest, it might be the bottom two. Yeah, the bottom two are the ones I want to pull. And then when you fold it almost to the point, it makes the other half of my bow. That'll be nice. Like this, it'll be that close. And the last piece I need now is the knot that goes around the center. So I'm going to take a couple measurements. It's about 1 1/4. Then when it wraps around, it kind of looks like a knot. And now, friends, here we come to the final reveal, where you get to see how all my hard work has finally paid off. Remember this drawing? Well, get a load of it now. I must say my favorite part is this bow here. I love a nice, pretty bow. It's like a present for my mother and also for me. Look at this. The skirt cascades down, the overlay. It's dreamy, elegant, carefree the way I expected it. It came out exactly the way I imagined it would. All these soft waves here, the beautiful flowers, sparkles, glitter. The train flutters about like a dream. The skirt falls in soft waves on the A-line. I've workshopped this dress with a bunch of people in my inner circle, and they've all said the same thing to me. They said that putting this overlay on top of the skirt kind of is like putting a hat on a hat. They say maybe it's a little much. They've told me that this fabric underneath deserves more of the attention. It deserves center stage. And there's not as much going on up top, so it's a little unbalanced in their opinion. They think that this fabric should be better suited to like a stole or a bolero jacket, so you can let the skirt be the center statement and have this part as like an accent. And I kind of agree, especially if you have a pear-shaped body. You don't want to have all this extra fabric around your hips if you have a small upper body compared to your lower body. So maybe a bolero jacket would be a better option for certain body types, but I still stand by my original design. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Although a bolero, a wrapped around the top here, tied with this bow, that would also look pretty darn good. And I can do that still. I didn't have to cut this overlay too much. I don't have any big seams I can't undo. I just take some of the stitches out. I have the whole fabric to work with. I can make a jacket. You can tell me in the comments if you agree with me or my inner circle. Or you can agree with both of us, because like I said, this is a very versatile fabric. It has a variety of uses. You can make all kinds of accents. You can make all kinds of little accessories with it. And it pairs very well with this fabric. All these sparkles, all this dust everywhere. People will know where you've been when you're wearing this gown, I can tell you that. They'll see all the glitter everywhere. Well, it's on me too. I'm pretty proud of how this